Okay, let's give this a second try. Okay, hello guys. I was gonna put out 2 videos yesterday. That's why one of them was labeled part 1. So this is going to be a krawllkraft update. I am starting a project, and I figured I should. A few of the crawlers do follow me, so I'm gonna send them a message using this. But otherwise, this is also a message out to anyone following me about a project I might start doing some more recording on. Right now, I'm currently working on a giant scale city. The wall is currently the only thing I have in progress. You see the first tower. The area I'm surrounding is pretty damn big. But I intend to make a full city, full entryway, and fully develop the area. The thing about it is, since I'm going to be trying to do this, I'm going to be trying to do it legitimate, which means a ton of work on my end. Why I'm saying this as a message to the people on the server is I'd like to ask for a little bit of assistance with this. Since the server's been empty more than not, although people are working on their own bases at a pace, I figured a big project for the server might be something good. So this is not just going to be a tower or something like that. It's going to be it's merely going to be one tower amongst many in the city wall. On the inside here is going to be the start of the city. Yeah, even this far has been a pain in the ass legitimate. Okay, so I did kind of solve the fire issue that happened on the server. I went and put them all out. I did turn off keep inventory on death, and I turned back on fire tick, which means fire does spread. And since the server is on hard difficulty, it does mean it will spread far. So if you happen to be the person who did start the houses on fire, don't do it again. So it pretty much covers everything. Okay. So yeah, this is probably gonna be something new I'm gonna be covering. Another thing is, I did recently get War Z, so I'm thinking when I'm playing with Nodvic or something, I might do a little bit of recording. With that, I have a rather crappy quality monitor, so I can't quite see the map right. So with that, I'm probably not going to be playing alone because I have a hard time navigating that place without a person that has a map that can be read. So probably won't be any lone plays. I'm probably only going to be playing it if another person happens to be playing it that day. So times I might be recording would be would probably be sometime, maybe sometime tomorrow when Jag is doing something. Jag's doing something, or maybe sometime Saturday, Sunday when Nodvic might be doing something. Either way, you know, I'm gonna be putting some effort in to get some more stuff up on the channel. Been a bit behind because I've had some stuff I've had to take care of. I haven't been on krawllkraft in a long time. Around that, I'm going to be working on 2 new Minecraft related projects. I want to start a series involving Tekkit, with the title of Wreck It. It's going to have 2 parts to it. One is me and a friend are going to be working through some Tekkit creations that help the game go easier. You know, some of it might be MC, some of it might be ways of getting large amounts of making a nuclear reactor and all that sort of stuff that some other people do cover, but you know, not everyone understands or gets it perfectly from their definitions or their uses and stuff. Another part is going to be my adventures on the Shadowlands once the server is back up and running. Currently, they're having an issue. Jake. Actually, it would be. I think it's Gix that runs the server. Anyways, the server fried itself as far as I've had it described to me by them. I probably gonna start a thing on that. With that, it's probably gonna be content either by myself or with Piggy, Basuted Pigman, or Player 2, depending on how you know him or whatever. If I can get a hold of him like that. But of course now he's getting War Z, or has War Z as well, so I'm probably playing with him as well anytime I can get a hold of him. Okay, so I've covered War Z, I've covered that. Oh yes, the other series I'm thinking about starting involving Minecraft. Oh yeah, a newish mod pack. I'm gonna say it that because it hasn't been that popular in majority of people until now, called mod pack called Feed the Beast. Some people might have heard of it, some people probably haven't. So I'm gonna try it. It's basically a updated version of Tekkit. Because Tekkit has been getting, let's just say, it's been getting some bad things back from the moderators when they asked to help update. So they've been behind for a while, and that's why Tekkit is still 1.2.5, which is both a good and bad thing. It means for those few people that, well, Tekkit is technically a little less on the lag side. Anyways, Feed the Beast has additional mods as well as, and is re-added in the forestry mod. If you don't know that, that's the electric engines and all that sort of stuff that was in Tekkit a while ago. Including the tree farm again, which is a great source of producing coal to produce an infinite source of energy without actually stealing anything from nature. So I'm going to be doing some series on that, probably going to be 2 parts as well. One of it is not going to be like Adventures in the Shadowlands sort of thing. It's going to be me playing with my friend friend Ace. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to look like this, so I'll get to patching that up. Anyways, the 2 series should coincide. I don't really like one more than the other. I personally like both of them. The only reason I probably will be playing a little bit more of Feed the Beast compared to that is because I do prefer one part of it, which is the portal mod. The portal mod is part of it. It does cause a lot of lag, especially if you and a friend share the same portal, because there's special conditions about that. Anyways, with that, I'm probably going to be showing you special machines and rigs you can make with different parts of Feed the Beast, and also showing you, off some of the standard stuff of just playing the game, playing with some friends, getting towards the higher up stuff, and then eventually trying to rig up a way that knocks me back to start or back a bit so I can explain some other parts. One of it's going to be like let's play sort of, we're going to have some fun, try and do some shit, probably mess up a lot. And the other part is probably going to be me showing off how to make certain items, an educational, informational bit, similar to watching Tekkit with Duncan compared to watching the Blue Zaphos' series. If you don't know about either of those, it's okay. You don't have to. Anyways, so City Project. I also have another project. I'm pretty sure I've shown this off to you guys at least. Although even on I have extreme render distance, and I can't even see this from the ground without having been up here already. So this project is going to be a blimp. I'm planning on talking with Nodvik and Crawl and seeing if I can arrange this as a server announcement system. Because with command blocks now having the ability to send out have tell or say commands which can be sent to any particular person. For instance, if we need to get a message to a certain person, you can either send in that format. We could either get the message placed onto one of the command blocks in the system, which will have a redstone circle, well, it'll probably have a redstone clock hooked up to it, or we might even rig it up as a system that contacts people directly. I'm doing some thinking into this. I'm planning it out. I'm thinking about making a message system so we don't have to use a bucket system if we wanted to send a message to another person. It's not just a sign or a book sitting in someone's chest somewhere that they probably will never look in. Instead, what it does, I could make a spawn mailbox where they come there, and all the messages are held in command blocks and are typed out to them as brought up. Or we could do a book system. Anyways, I'm planning on rigging up a communication system with the server. Either using new command blocks, mainly because I want to get used to them, because I'm thinking about doing some work with them on some other projects I might want to work on. But, yeah, that should be pretty much everything. I have no idea what this is supposed to do. If the piston is triggered, putting redstone back, maybe this redstone confuses me. That's why I'm thinking about doing another thing where partially I am watching Krawll's circuit series to learn as much as I can about redstone and that factors. Most of the stuff I know about redstone, I either learn from friends, learn from practice, or learn from Krawll. Well, Nodvik counts as well, but even Krawll goes to Nodvik, so either way I'm getting about the same information. Okay, talked about the city. Oh, yes, with the city, I will be requiring 2 types of people helping. I'll need some people to do some work, some grinding, that sort of stuff. Sure, I can do a lot of that myself, but with wanting to get more content on my channel, I've been doing a lot of stuff. So down here is a makeshift cobble mine, as in it's multi-floored. Most of them are just enough that well, this one was a natural occurring, but just enough that when you dig it out, it will leave at least 1 to 2 blocks of space between that and the layer above. But basically, underneath the city, I'm going to be emptying out most of it anyways, for the fact is I want to add in a city sewer system. A way of also getting around town. It's something I thought of for krawllkraft, but for the krawllkraft's spawn town anyways, but that didn't quite work out as planned. Being the fact of people are already using the natural cave catacombs for mining and such, so doing that amount of work on it doesn't quite seem worth it. So anyways, in here I'm planning on also making a set where you set up so you can either have a form of plot or something around that, some form of property within the city, which you can build and maybe have a competition of some sorts between the people on krawllkraft. I might, actually, it's a really good idea. Basically, I've just been babbling. I could consider this a channel update. I might label it that. Anyways, so this area is all going to be developed for the sake of a city and a reason for people to continue on the server. The blimp over there is going to be finished out for to make an automated moderator. I will probably make a way for certain individuals to use the moderator system, to their advantage, because there's some people I trust. I trust Mailer with it. Of course I trust Doom and Tim with this as well, to use the system properly. But yeah, apparently Up here is the blimp build. It is perfectly fine to come and visit the build, or it was, but the reason why I was at all concerned about that part, which I did announce in the last video, was because apparently someone went in here and messed around, and it's possible that that person got creative mode without permission from Nonvic or me or Crawl. That is the only reason I'm at all concerned. There are a bunch of controls in here. A lot of them do not work yet. These are not programmed. These are programmed. These are, well, that is, but most of these aren't programmed. And game rules are definitely not programmed because I'm wondering if we might turn a few of them back to default. The no mob griefing, it will help a lot, but it does turn off a certain fun function that I learned about. And this is something I don't know if a lot of people know this, but so mobs, you do know that mobs are capable of now wearing armor and stuff. But the thing about it is they're also capable of using with that. If mob griefing is off, they cannot wear it. And the reason behind that is I kind of did self-figuring there, but if you were to die facing a skeleton and you or a friend went to kill it, it would pick up all of your it'd pick up your weapons and your armor and wear it in your place. So that could be a big problem, and I could also see this as a big it is an interesting that. Okay. That was confusing. Anyways, so yes, I do apologize to Manga, who says I should do more of these videos in creative. For announcement videos, I'm probably going to be flying around, showing off a bit of the server that people don't see that often. You know, Crawl's got his own projects, Nodvic has his own projects. So I figured, A, it's a good advertisement for some other people's stuff, and B, it's an interesting way for you to see the server. Oh, yes, and for those of you who don't know about this, my house has been adapted into something I call the Happy Mask Shop. If you'd like a mask for the server or for decoration for any purpose, you can stake it from here. I do not sell wither skulls because I have a policy on that. I really don't want people using them for spawning withers and possibly even causing lots of damage to people's houses. Even though mob griefing is off, which disables that, I don't want someone to walk into their house and find a wither. So I do not sell them, but I will purchase them off you for equivalent value. The equivalent value, I haven't determined it yet. So the mask shop will buy masks will buy any mask you can come across legitimately. Okay, covered that. Oh, in the field. So that relatively is everything. Oh yes. Cubes and twigs. I could turn this into an actual episode of me doing stuff. I'll probably stop this recording and start recording for that after I make sure everything else